Hey guys, it's Enemy Emperor back with a new video. Today we'll be doing what if Iron Man landed on Sakar. This will be a one shot. Let's get started. In New York City, we see Iron Man guiding the nuke into the portal. Iron Man's warning signals flashed red as he was nearing the portal. But Tony ignored it. With bravery, he activated his boosters, entering the portal. Tony's armor, not being equipped for space travel, deactivated. Due to this, Tony passed out, due to being in the depths of space. As this happened, the nuke managed to hit the ship, causing it to explode. The portal quickly closed, as Steve looked shocked and saddened as he judged Tony too soon. In the depths of outer space, a portal opened due to the Tesseract's energy spilling into space. As this happened, Tony fell through the portal. Iron Man fell into the atmosphere of a planet called Sakar. He fell onto soft layers of garbage which broke his fall, allowing him to survive. The impact managed to shook him awake as he gasped for air. He looked around and saw a river and looked up at a red glow, seeing a red, spinning wormhole. Due to this, and him being in space, he thought he was on another planet. He also thought, how could a constant red wormhole exist without destroying the planet? From what Tony saw, stuff actually fell out of the portal without sucking it in. Tony looked around himself and saw remains of Shatari technology. Tony flew up and saw a massive city. Iron Man flew down and explored the city. Tony, feeling hungry, would go to a food market but realized he had no money, and even if he did not have this planet's currency. The fruit merchant, feeling sorry for Tony, after all, he used to be like him, stranded on a planet that was not his, with no food and water, so he decided to give Tony some coarse food and some milk, which Tony thanked him. Tony would get a job as a mechanic, building up ship engines and batteries. Tony, after being a mechanic for a few months on his car, would purchase a lab, along with a green Sakar apartment. Tony would collect Shatari technology and would experiment on it inside his lab. He would create many developments of technology, matter phase shifters, and anti-gravity. He would scavenge materials from his landing spot, eventually surprisingly finding a small amount of vibranium. He would use vibranium and Shatari technology to create a particle accelerator more advanced than the one he created in his old home. He would use the particle accelerator to create more of his artificial element called Starkium. He would make an Iron Man suit made of a mixed alloy of vibranium and Shatari metals. A few months would go by and we see the fruit merchant named Wano and Tony talking. The fruit merchant would mention the contest of content champions, and that would pique Tony's interest, asking what they were. Warner would explain, saying that warriors or fighters would be imprisoned and forced to fight to the death for entertainment, which would make Tony very upset and walk away, as one would say, "Stark, you better not get yourself into trouble." Which Tony would just ignore him. Tony would hack the Sakar, internet hub. I don't know if they have an internet hub, but he would hack it and figure out about the obedience disk. He would create a program that would hack the obedience disk and deactivate them, but he would be somewhat successful as we need to manually hook them up to his lab and deactivate them. Tony would decide he would need more backup and firepower if he were to overthrow the Grandmaster. Tony would learn of the champion of the contest and would learn that he was imprisoned. Using camouflage mode, Iron Man would sneak into the prison that was holding the champion and would take out the guards. Iron Man would walk in front of the champion's cell, and the champion would ask who he was, and Iron Man would say, "How about a deal? I'll give you my name and you give me yours." Iron Man would then hack the cell, opening it, freeing the champion in the process. The champion would walk out of his cell and say his name was Beta Ray Bill. And Iron Man would reply saying his name was Tony Stark and he needed his help. Tony and Bill would arrive in his lab. Tony would deactivate Bill's obedience chip, which he would get a thank you from Bill. Beta asked what Tony wanted, and Tony would say he wanted to overthrow the Grandmaster and leave the planet. "I will help you, Men of Iron. The Grandmaster is unworthy of his throne. We shall overthrow him. But we need superior weapons and an army to take the Grandmaster down." Tony would then spend 4 months creating an armor based around the Hulk and an axe that would replicate Mjolnir's powers using arc reactors, lightning rods, and magnets. Beta Bill would grip the axe and ask Tony, what did he call it? And Tony replied he called it Kieran. The name was based off something from the show he used to watch. Tony would create Bill's obedience disc to his computer, getting a better feel of his programming, and would finally deactivate all the obedience discs. He would also open the cell doors, freeing the gladiators. As this happens, Quartz revolution will begin. Iron Man and Beta Ray Bill would fly to the Grandmaster's palace. Before the Grandmaster could do anything, he was knocked out. Beta Ray Bill would use the Grandmaster's technology to cast a hologram of himself over the city and would say, he is now the ruler of Sakar, and Sakar will be going under some changes. Beta Ray Bill would call Tony to his room and ask him for his help, saying he wanted to rescue his species from a place called Miflheim and wanted Tony's help in rescuing them. Ray and Tony would get on the Grandmaster's biggest ship, bring supplies and food. They would go through the red wormhole that brought them there in the first place. It would take them months through space to get through Muspelheim. Tony, on one of those days, will be curious and ask Beta Ray Bill on the history of his people. My people, the Cobranite, built their cities in the burning skies. They were a peaceful and technologically advanced species. But one day, flying monstrous creatures made from boiling lava came and killed and captured my people. The remaining scientists of the Cobranite chose me as the protector of my people, and I underwent genetic modifications, becoming known as Beta Ray Bill. Me and the Cobranite were then stranded on Sakar. As you know, I became a gladiator. Once Beta Ray Bill's story was done, they landed on the planet. Tony wearing a modified Hulkbuster suit. Before they can do anything, a dragon from underground came out and tried to attack them. Ray would charge lightning through his body, and then ready it for a blast, killing the dragon in the process. After that, armies of fiery humanoids started to attack them. Ray would then begin to charge lightning through his axe. Ray would then run and then killed many of the army with his axe. Iron Man would then proceed to kill many of the fired humanoids with the missiles in his back. He would then take many of the giant humanoids down. Surtur would raise an eyebrow, sensing that many of his army was slowly starting to dissipate. And mumbling to himself, who thought it was a good idea to attack his planet? Suddenly bits coming near us, Turner would say as his head display turned red with warning signs. Surtur would then rise from the ground, breaking through the surface of his planet. You two have made a grave mistake. Now, you both will die, Surtur said, gripping his blade. Beta Ray Bill would then block a strike from Surtur's blade. Beta Ray Bill would then grab the edge of Surtur's mouth and then dropping him on the ground hard. He would then cut off Surtur's head off. Iron Man and Beta Ray Bill would then put the captured carbonite inside their ship. Iron Man would return to Earth and reunite with his friends and loved ones, whilst Beta Ray Bill would return to his car with his people.